Stefan, I wanted to ask you about your welcome to Bruce Ellington to college football the other day.
Bruce Ellington, he's a good athlete, but I told him I was going to get him this summer, and I just got him.
Good shiver.
Stefan, last year there were, some breakdowns in the defensive secondary and some long passes on you guys, especially over the second half of the season. What have you guys done to kind of work on correcting that this year?
We're just trying to come out and practice every day and trying to do a great job, and the coach is just trying to simplify for us, so we just go out and do what we do.
Jadeveon Clowney joining us as well.
Devin, you guys, just talk about how talented this defensive line is compared to the other ones you've been on.
This starting line this year, I'd say probably be one of the fastest lines we've had. Like it seems every year, we get faster and faster and get more athletic. So it's by far, I'd say, would be one of the best lines that we've had.
Jadeveon, a lot of guys have come in here, but nobody's come in here with probably more publicity than you. Big spotlight's going to be on you, as evidenced by the first practice. How do you expect to handle all that attention, or are you ready for it?
Oh, yeah, so I just play hard. I do what Coach Terry will do. Whatever comes there.
Stefan, can you talk about the challenges of trying to cover Alshon because he's so big, and the fact that you can be really close to him and still not be able to do much about a pass?
Yeah, Alshon is a great athlete. He can play good defense on him, and he end up catching the ball probably with one hand. A lot of people don't know that he got great speed too. He got sneaky speed, so he's a great player.
Jadeveon, tell the impact of the players you left had on your decision to come to South Carolina. The impact that Stefan had on your decision to come to South Carolina.
Oh, I played a big factor. I said I was going to play with him regardless of where he went. I told him that before he went to college. I said I was going to play with you.
Stefan, along the same lines, how much did your decision to come here have to do with Holloman's decision to play here? Was there any influence at all?
I don't think so. I just told Devontae to go to whichever school that he felt comfortable going to. So once I committed, once he came on this visit, he felt comfortable with it, so he came there.
Jadeveon, during the first few days of practice, have you felt any pressure to live up to the hype and to prove that you're as good as everyone thinks you are?
I just take it as coming out here playing with some better and faster athletes out here, and the speed of it is speeding up, so I got to speed up now. But it's turning out pretty good. I'm getting the hang of it now.
Please go. Okay, go ahead.
Jadeveon, just talk a little about how comfortable you feel as a freshman coming in. You know so many of these guys. It seems like your comfort level is about as good as it can be, and how that could help you perform better by knowing so many of these guys.
I've been around these guys since last year, coming in, visiting, and talking to them, and it's a great group of guys. They play hard, here to win, everybody here to win, trying to become something that ain't been done yet, and I'm here to help, but hard to be part of it.
This is for all you guys who wants to answer this. Obviously, the big crowd at the start of practice, were you guys at all surprised that there were that many people and the expectations that are out there about what you can achieve this fall?
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a lot of people at our first practice because we got great fans. They always supported it behind us, no matter what. And we're just trying to take it one day at a time, play hard, and see what the results going to be.
Coming in for me, I was surprised. I ain't never seen that many people at a practice before, so I was like, these fans really love their game culture. It's just one of those things of, you know, they're expecting us, high expectations from last year, so, you know, they wanted to come out and see us perform at practice, what we're gonna do for this year. So it was a good feeling coming out practice and seeing even more people than what we were last year.
Great, Scott.
Hey, Devin, is it going to make your job a little bit easier there, knowing that Davion and Melvin are on the other side there and avoid double teams?
It basically should take some of the pressure off all four of us on the front line itself, because not only do we have to worry about one of us, they have to worry about four of us on the front line.
Yeah, Devin, I've got to ask, I mean, you come into the season a first team all SEC preseason guy, and yet it seems all anybody wants to talk about is the guy sitting right next to you in the defensive end. I mean, does that bother you at all, or do you welcome having that kind of help?
No, it's not a problem at all. You know, he's a good teammate and everything. He's a good player and all, so it doesn't like affect me having to answer questions about him or anything.
Stephon, Alshon made the comment at SEC Media Days when he was asked who the best defensive back in the SEC he had to play against was you. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's good coming from Alshon. He probably the best receiver in the SEC. So, like I said, we just try to, in practice, just go out there and try to make each other better. So it's a great comment from him.
Stephon, everybody knows that Alshon has great hands. Who else among the receiving corps do you really expect or respect their ability to catch the ball? And who among the defensive backs do you think also has great hands?
Defensive back, I mean, I think all of us athletes, but I think Hakeem Modesty, he got great hands. DJ gonna step it up to square. And probably on the offensive side, they got a lot of weapons. Jason Barnes, the senior, he looking for a big year. It's a lot of them. Demary Bird, it's a lot of them.
Davion, you moved around a lot in high school defensively. Have you been here long enough to tell if it's not, I'm not talking about the players you're playing against or the ability level, but just tactically, is it kind of the same kind of thing, or have you been around long enough to tell that it's going to be different in terms of your role on game day?
It's going to be different. I mean,
How so?
I mean, they want me to be a playmaker over here, but everybody a playmaker, so I just play my part, whatever coach tells me to do. Back, outside edge, I mean, it's hard, the playbook hard to learn, but I mean, I'm going to get it down.
You think you'll be moved around a lot like you were in high school?
That's our end, probably.
Stephon, is it more difficult for you guys in the secondary to match up with somebody like Alshon, or is it tougher to match up with those guys like Demir and Bruce that are really fast and move well in space?
I mean, depending on what kind of defensive back it is. If you're more physical, you probably like to line up against smaller receivers because you can get them out their routes. But Alshon, he more physical, he can push off on smaller defensive backs, so he like to use his body, so it's kind of different for depending on what kind of defensive back he is.
Stephon, what makes you say DJ's going to have a big year?
I mean, me and DJ real close, and the whole summer we've been working hard together. DJ, he got stronger, faster. And I think he can be a quarterback of our defense because he's playing safety. He can see the whole defense, so I think DJ got a big year this year.
Did something particularly happen for him to make that light come on, or is it just gradual maturation?
I mean, I think DJ, his freshman year, he came in, he played cornerback, and then last year he moved to safety, probably late. This year, I think it's built for him to have a big year.
Devin, Coach Long has never put you in the big talker group, but do you feel any pressure or whatever to step up your verbal part of, this first team all SEC thing?
Only thing I see more so as far as like talking and being more vocal would be when we make defensive calls or whatever, we have to yell out across the field because it gets real loud during game time. So you have to be more vocal there. And then probably also talking to like younger players and everything, trying to aid on techniques and little stuff like that.
Evan, as a former high school teammate of Jimmy McGree, talk about the type of player he is, the person he is, and do you think he's ready to take over the starting role this year?
Jimmy has always been a great athlete. You know, he's played a little bit of offense, defense. You know, he's moved around from cornerback to safety. Did the same thing in high school as well. And so finally coming to college, it's almost like the same thing happened to him. And so he should do good this year.
Jadavion, have you had your welcome to college football moment yet? And if so, what was it?
I've been looking for. Going against these bigger offensive linemen every day, it's tough. I just play hard, physical. Just physical with them, like they get physical with me.
Any of these three guys, when you look at the guys beside you and the guys that are going to come in behind you, Lattimore, Garcia, and Jeffrey, do you get that sense that this is a special unit, that this is a team that can not only win the East this year, they can compete for an SEC championship just by looking at who's beside you, and how do you embrace that role as favorites?
I see it as every team come in and work hard. We got athletes that I think got a chance to win this year. Should be winning every year, but hopefully this is a year we break out and do something big in the SEC.
The last one over here.
Jadavion, when you were 10, 11, 12, what did you think of South Carolina football, and how has that changed over the years?
Really? I wasn't never watching South Carolina football. I always liked Texas, but growing up, I got people started talking about South Carolina football, and I was like,